Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been quite a while since I posted anything. Um, it's been slammed here over the winter, and it's just me in the garage, so I just haven't had a chance to make any videos. But here it is, it's April. It's not really slowing down, but I think we're going to go ahead and just try to make as many videos as I can. So today, what we have here is a front bumper cover off a 19 RAV4. This gentleman bought this vehicle a couple months ago, and he has noticed that his front bumper is peeling. He did buy this secondhand, and I can tell looking at it that it has been obviously tried to been painted once before. The clear coat's pretty terrible down here. Massive amount of peeling everywhere on the bumper. Where it has gone through to the base of the bumper, I mean, looking at it, I can tell there is no scuff marks on it like anybody tried to scuff it. It flakes off extremely easy. I was playing around with it up here, and it comes off like crazy. I mean, you can see that this was clearly not prepped the right way. So we're going to be fixing it and getting it done correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this bumper down the rest of the way, and then I'll turn you guys back on. I'm going to take the lower valance off, the grill inserts, get it down to just what needs to be painted, and then I'll turn you guys back on. Alright, I've got the bumper toned down here, and I wanted to take a little closer look and explain why this paint job failed. First off, I know I said before it didn't look like it was sanded. It looks like maybe, I don't know if you can see it with the lighting, it had a very quick scuff. I'm going to go ahead afterwards and scuff it down quite a bit more. If you look, I'm going to grab a paint chip here. If you look at this paint chip, one, there is no build on this. I mean, this is very, very thin. There is no mill build. It's terrible. Also, if you look, what do we not see? There's no sealer, which means this base coat was applied right to the bumper cover. No adhesion promoter, no sealer, no nothing. This paint job was destined to fail the minute it was sprayed. This is a prime example of how not to paint a bumper cover. When I go back to paint it, we're going to scuff everything off. After I remove all of the paint, we'll scuff everything off, and then we'll give it 2 coats of adhesion promoter, a coat of sealer, 3 coats of base, 3 coats of clear. You gotta have the mill build there, especially on the clear coat. The base coat you just need to cover, but the clear coat, you gotta have the protection from the UV rays, enough thickness where it'll take a small ding from a carriage in a parking lot or a rock going down the road, and it gives you ability to polish and buff it if you need to. So I'm going to go ahead now and do the nice task of removing the rest of this paint. When I get this bumper cover back to plastic, I will turn you guys back on and show you exactly how I go about prepping this. Okay. Alright, and welcome back. So I've gone ahead and got all the loose paint that I could off with my air gun, and then I took the whole bumper outside and I used my pressure washer to get the remaining off. Any little bit that's left on here, sand it off with a Scotch-Brite I did go back over this with a red Scotch-Brite and make sure it was really scuffed up. Whether you're putting Bondo on metal or getting a bumper ready for paint, you've got to sand it really good so that whatever product you're putting on has something to bond to. It's got to have tooth. So the first step in any good paint job, whether it be bumper or anything, is getting to know what your sandpapers and what you need and what you don't, and what's the finest grit you can go and still have good adhesion. The red Scotch-Brite I think is equivalent to 400. It works great doing bumpers. I haven't had any issue, so that's what I go with. If I don't have a red, I'll use a gray. I think gray is like a 600. So what I'm going to do now that it's all sanded properly and I got my cart masked off, is I'm going to go ahead and wax and grease remove it, and then wet the floor down. And when I turn the camera back on, I'll be applying the adhesion promoter. Alrighty. Alright, so I've got the bumper cover cleaned with wax and grease remover. I went ahead and tack clothed it off. Now what I'm going to be doing is spraying adhesion promoter on it. Now what I like to use is my Tamco, the HP 2010 Top Dog adhesion promoter. I've been using it for a long time and I've had no issues. So that's what we're going to be spraying on this. We're going to be doing 2 coats with flash time of about 10 minutes in between. So let me get set up and we'll start spraying. All right. Alright, we've got our 2 coats of adhesion promoter sprayed on the bumper cover. After the last coat, I let it flash off for about 15 minutes. And then I have my sealer in the gun. Now this is what I use. I use the Tamco 5310. It's a direct to metal high build gray primer. It's a great high build primer. I love it. I use it every day. But one of the best things about it is you can use it as a sealer. This mixes 4-to-1 with the hardener, and if you want to make it a sealer, then you do 4-to-1, and what I do is 4-to-1-to-1 with a reducer. It makes a very nice sealer, very smooth. It's a really great product. Yeah, I can't say enough about it. They also make it in white and black. I haven't tried the white or the black. I always do the gray. The gray, it's not a dark gray, it's a light gray. So it's, it's a few value shades off of white, but it's not a dark gray like a normal primer. So I got the sealer in the gun. Let me get my mask on and we'll start spraying. I'm going to give that about 15 minutes and we'll come back for base coat. Okay, so we've got our sealer down. It's flashed off for about 15 minutes, so we can go ahead and start doing our base coat now. I use Chromax for all my everything that needs to be paint matched. Of course, I don't have a paint room, so my local paint supplier, that we use Chromax, and they VIN match it, and they do a pretty good job. Their system does the variances very well. This particular one I'm shooting, the paint code is 3T3 Ruby Flare. It's a very nice red. And I'm using the 7175S medium temp base maker. It's about 75 in the shop right now, so that's what we're going to go with. Alright, let's get spraying. Okay guys, we've done our 3 coats of base on our bumper cover. Looking very nice. It's flashed off. I let this flash off about 25 minutes. So all the solvents and everything have had a good chance to off gas. And now we're going to get ready to spray our clear coat. I use, right now I'm using Nason clear coat, the 497 with the activator. I find the 497 better than the rest of the line. It mixes 3 to 1 instead of 4 to 1. Also has more UV protectors in it than the rest of the line, and it does have a really good finish when it's dry. Easy to buff, easy to sand, and it looks good. But I did, however, just order some Tamco clear. I'm going to be experimenting with that in the next upcoming videos. I'm just using this because I have some left over. I ordered the Tamco 4100 Glamour Clear. So in the next few videos, watch out for that. We're going to be testing that out. So let me get this mixed up and ready to shoot, and I'll turn you guys back on. Okay. Okay guys, that's after 3 coats of clear, and I think it's looking really nice. Nice finish on it, nice and flat. It's got a little orange peel, but you gotta also remember that I'm trying to do this to match a factory finish. So I'm not trying to get this dead flat, because the rest of the car does have orange peel. Yeah, there's a few little dirt nibs, one there and one there. No big deal. When I get this back together, I'll give it a quick wet sand, cut and a buff. She'll look shiny as a new penny. Would you look at that? I blew a light too. That's no good. No bueno. Well, what I'll do is I'm going to let this sit for a couple of days. When I reassemble it and put it back on the vehicle, I will do a follow-up and show you what it looks like outside. Again, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Alright guys, here's the finished product. 2019 RAV4. Came out pretty good, nice and shiny, except for the fact that the color is a few shades off. Now, I don't have a mixing bank, so it's kind of tough. I go to my paint supplier and he tries to mix it by VIN match and by variants, but sometimes it's just a little bit off. So this is real life. This is the kind of crap that happens. So we'll see what the customer says. But overall, the job came out good. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And remember the steps to painting plastic. All right, guys, have a good one.